When I get security cameras to test out, I put them on a stand like this, mainly so I can try them in different locations, see what kind of signal I get, but mostly so I can kind of put it in a spot and make sure I really like that spot before I install it on my house. I do have a couple here right now, but the one I want to talk about is this REOLINK camera. And you'll notice it is hooked up to a solar panel, so you don't have to charge it or anything like that. Absolutely love that about this camera. This was sent to me so I could test it out and review it. And in fact, I think it was sent to me about 4 or 5 months ago, and I'm really impressed by it. And in this video, I'm going to talk about things I really like about it and a few things I think could be improved with it. The first thing to be aware of is it does have 2 cameras. So the nice thing about that is you have a super wide field of view. You can basically see everything. So if you have one in your front yard, you can see your entire front yard. If you got one in your backyard, you can see your entire backyard. So with most cameras where you probably need to get 2 to get full visibility, you just need the one, but it has the 2 cameras. It stitches everything together. Another nice thing about this is it does have some lights on it. So if you want the lights to come on at night, or if there's some movement and you want the lights to come on for that, you can set it to do that. So it has really cool lights. My favorite feature about this actually is it has a time-lapse mode. So you can go into the settings, you can say you want to create a time lapse, and it will ask you how far apart you want each photo to be, and then it will stitch everything together in a time lapse. And it does that in addition to just recording the video from movement and stuff like that. So if you want a time lapse of like a sunrise or sunset, or if you have deer in your yard like I do, and you just want to get an idea of what time at night are the deer coming in, you can do time lapse, and that is a really cool feature. As far as the software goes, it does have a phone app, and the phone app allows you to do a lot of different things about how you get notified. You can get notified in a bunch of different ways. You can get notified on the app. One thing I've noticed about REOLINKs compared to other cameras that I have used is the notification actually comes really quick. So if you have this in your front yard, someone walks up, you're going to get notified instantly. So that's one really nice thing about this as well. With the app, you can really easily navigate through all of the recorded video. It has onboard storage, so you can kind of go through, you can see what you want to download. The nice thing about the thumbnails on the app is it kind of shows you, is it an animal, is it just movement, or is it a person? So it's really easy to sort through everything. It's also really easy to set up and install. Let me go ahead and show you that process.
So here is the hub and everything that comes with it. You've got your power supply and Ethernet cable. If we look in the back here, here's where you plug it into Ethernet, and then you actually have 2 slots for a TF card or a micro SD card. We'll go ahead and plug one in later, but first we'll use the built-in storage. So we'll have a closer look at one of the cameras. Kind of looks like an alien. I like the packaging, all paper. I appreciate it when companies do that. Wow, yeah, this looks like ET or something. This is trippy. Cool. So here's a look at the hardware. You've got some screws with some anchors. Here's the mount that screws into the back. The nice thing about this is you just screw it into the wall here, and then once you tighten it all the way, the mount tightens itself and the camera stays put. Has a USB-C cable for charging. It also has a strap, so if you'd rather mount it with a strap, you can do that. So if we look below, you've got your micro SD card and a reset button, and then in the back here is where you'll plug in the USB-C. You'll connect your solar panel to this. Let's go ahead and set up the cameras before we install anything. So I'm going to plug this into power and then plug it into my internet connection. So I already have a camera connected, but let's connect this. So let's press the add device button. A device has been added automatically, and here it shows up, the REOLINK Home Hub. So that was pretty easy. Let's go here, go to settings. So it's asking us to create a username and password. I'll go ahead and do that now. We can change the name if we want. This is nice. It actually gives us the option to encrypt the files, so you'll have to type in a password just to access the files. I'm going to go ahead and skip this for now. Let's have a look at the storage, and it looks like it doesn't have any onboard storage, so we will need to install a TF card. So let's go ahead and remove power, and I have this for storage. We'll plug this in. then plug the power back in. So let's go back to storage, and it looks like it recognizes the SD card, though we need to format it. So let's go ahead and format it. All right, so we're all set up for storage. Can turn on push notifications, email alerts as well. That's nice. And we can even set up an FTP server. That's cool. So we don't have any cameras yet, so let's go ahead and add a camera to this. We'll go add device. This is nice. It already recognizes the device I already have installed, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. So we were able to add an existing device to this. Nice. Now I'm going to scan another device. So I'll scan the QR code on the back of this, and we will be already within the same LAN. This isn't turned on, so it's not giving me any directions or setup. So let me go ahead and turn this on. So let me press and hold this button. There we go. That was beautiful.
Welcome to REOLINK.
Oh, thanks.
App and scan the barcode on the camera.
Yeah, I already did that. Oh, danke. All right, this really likes to talk, but we needed to select not in the same LAN, so it's going to ask us to power on the device. I heard the voice played by the device, then we go next, and it's already just looking for the device. Okay, that was easy. So I literally just had to turn this on, found it via Bluetooth, and here it's giving the option of 2.4 or 5 gigahertz. I'm going to select the faster 5 gigahertz, and it looks like it's going to automatically connect this camera to our network. That is really slick and easy. Yeah, so having the hub, oh, that's so cool. Camera 1, yeah, I'll just leave it as camera 1 for now. Howdy, howdy, howdy. That's pretty cool. That was super easy to set up. So here's the solar panel, a nice long USB-C cable. So if you're not close to the camera, no worries, you've got the long cable. And then you can mount with screws, or you could use this strap, and you can put that in to help prevent water from going back in there. And here's an adapter if you need to use USB micro.
I've tried a bunch of different kind of security cameras. I've really liked the REOLINK, especially these with the double cameras. It's just really nice to get that wide angle. So especially if you're just looking to get full coverage, then these cameras are great for that. Really the only room I see for improvement with this, and this is a feature I think that's pretty unique to REOLINK, is with the time lapse, which most security cameras don't even have that. But I wish they would allow for more control with time lapse, and also the ability to set up multiple time lapses at once. So say you want one that takes photos every 60 seconds and you want another one that takes photos maybe every day. Right now with the software, you can only do one at a time. I think it'd be really cool if you could do multiple. So you could do like maybe an entire year time lapse, but at the same time, you could do like a daily time lapse with sunrise or sunset. So if anyone from REOLINK is watching this, I think that'd be a really cool feature. As far as functionality and the general quality of the camera goes, I have no complaints. I've been really happy with it. I think it's a great camera.